All right, so we are back. Yo, what is up, nerd family? If you're joining us back on YouTube, we just finished episode 5 of Wandavision. And so if you're just joining us on YouTube, we watch it over on Twitch with everybody, and now we come back, and so we got everybody together again. And literally, spoilers, because we're going to give our review. This is going to be our review of episode 5. So if you have not seen WandaVision episode 5, you're going to want to skip this. If you've been with us from the beginning,
unless you're Honey Badger and you don't care.
Yeah. But if you've been with us from the beginning, awesome. Let's move forward. Let's talk about this. It's time to talk nerdy to me. We called it like 3 seconds before it happened. We literally called it. People in the chat, I love it. I love it. I love it because we did not know. We have not seen it. Nicotina did not spoil it. I wish that I could have been smiling this happy when Luke Skywalker appeared. Spoilers for Mandalorian season finale.
And the Thrawn name drop.
I still love him, though. But this is what that was exciting.
Yeah.
That was cool.
And it's your favorite Quicksilver.
And it's my favorite Quicksilver. But I got to go back because
he's perfect for that cheese for the show.
Well, yeah, because people were like before it came, they're all like, well, Psychon says y'all don't look impressed. Like that was before it was happening because we were like all like really into it. We were pretty intense into it, and so we weren't like showing a lot of emotions.
Surprised on everything that was happening.
Well, yeah, but then people started with like wait for it, and then they're like, you're in for a surprise, guys. You won't see coming. And then somebody said, I feel bad for Vision. And then they said, oh, it's coming. Ding dong. And then we called it. As soon as she opened the door, before they showed him, when it just showed her face, we're like, well, when she was walking to the door, we said, it's Quicksilver.
Well, first you thought it was Mephisto.
I said Mephisto, and you said no, Quicksilver. And I said, yeah. And then we said, the other Quicksilver from X-Men.
Not MCU Quicksilver.
So then how is she being brought in if she said she's not doing that and it's not her Quicksilver?
She recast him.
I know.
I love it. I love the fact that they said she just recast him. She recast her brother.
Said it.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh.
Or it's not her doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, or it's not her doing. The recast. I love it. I love it. Peter is Uncle Jesse. Peter is Uncle Jesse in this scenario.
It's a popsicle. That was awesome.
That's fantastic.
But he's aware that one.
Leondelli says, "You guys rock."
That's the thing when he said, "Oh yeah, I just want to give my sister a hug" or something like that.
Yeah.
So he's still aware that she's Scarlet Witch and he's Quicksilver, and they're related, but it's not.
But he doesn't know who Vision is.
Yeah, it's not her Quicksilver, and it's not his Wanda.
Yeah. Which is a conundrum too.
Yeah.
So do you think that's going to be Mephisto allowing him to mess with her reality?
That is Mephisto.
And true. And maybe he's taking that form so that the real Quicksilver shows up later on.
Yeah, because I have a theory that I'm going to see if it's correct at the end of the season, is that Mephisto is using a vessel in every episode.
Cylon says, I was just thinking it's crazy that your reaction to Evan Peters was greater than Luke Skywalker. I know.
But you also said Luke Skywalker spoiled for you.
But that's what happens when it gets spoiled for you. And you already know it's not as surprising. It's not as exciting. It's, it's just like, oh, okay, there it happened.
Did you just learn to stay off the internet then? For these days?
No, I haven't been on the internet today. And plus, you know what? I'll be honest with you. Spoilers for this.
Okay? You feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm feeling all right. No, I've been on the internet, but you know what? I got to be honest with you. Like, so a lot of people have been very respectful of this show that I've seen so far. Like, I haven't seen a lot of people. Well, and I think that the perpetrator himself, Nicotina, learned a lesson from like spoiling it twice for me. That like,
he's like, I'm ashamed.
I'm gonna lay low for the first few days and stuff. Wait till Enosh watches the show. He's still doing it. He's still doing his watch parties.
He needs to get those bracelets. What would Enosh do?
Yes. But yeah, no, and that's why, Scotty, because just simply because it wasn't a surprise,
That's what we need to put in the merch.
What's that?
Bracelets that say WWED.
That's the thing.
Barcelona, you're absolutely right.
I don't know if he has.
It's my favorite Quicksilver. I love that Quicksilver. So much better than Pietro.
Pietro.
So here's
Pietro.
Pietro.
His Quicksilver peters out. That's all I know. It's just
his Peter's out.
His Peter's out. Well, his Peter's out and it's flaccid.
Not his 10-inch Superman.
He ain't got a 10-inch Superman. He ain't got a 10-inch Superman. I'll tell you that. Heck yeah, Evan Peters back. My favorite Quicksilver. Well, and then so here brings up a good question. Oliver says, I think Magneto will appear at the end of the season, either Fassbender or McClellan. No, it's McKellen, right?
Sir Ian McKellen.
McKellen, yeah. McKellen is playing him.
What was the guy that played Magneto that was in Assassin's Creed? What's his name?
Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender. Yeah, it's
Michael Fassbender. I like his Magneto.
Yeah,
me too.
Let's see. Yep, I love it. Tom Hanks, Ballsack 69 believes this Quicksilver is Mephisto in disguise.
That's what Isaac was saying.
Yeah, I like saying it was we don't know yet, and we're probably gonna find out since now we got him in the middle of the season. Is we don't know if he has this speed.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We don't know what memories he does have because we just assume this is X-Men Quicksilver, not MCU Quicksilver. So we just assume that he has all this stuff from the X-Men Quicksilver.
That's
we
true.
Don't know.
And how long is he going to be here for?
That's true. Benson's with a £5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mark. You're awesome, buddy.
Or was Darcy foreshadowing that pretty much he is the MCU Quicksilver that looks like the X-Men Quicksilver?
Maybe.
And what did she do when she walked in and went like this and everything went pink, went up the hex?
Yeah. Well, and she knew that it was him too. But Mark says, hey, Enosh, I'm convinced Magneto will appear in the final episode. It's a great show. It is a really good show, man.
Because what's her name that plays Scarlet Witch said I don't know if she worded it that way. Yeah. But she said we're gonna get like one of those like surprising cameos, like Luke Skywalker, like how we got that surprising, shocking thing at the end of Mandalorian.
McLovin, I love McLovin. Well, he's in it. Mm-hmm. He's good in that movie.
Who?
In Kick-Ass, he's
the guy
who plays Pietro. I like him in that. Mm-hmm. I liked him in Godzilla. I don't have a problem with him. I think he's great in the Kick Butt movie. I like that movie, but I just don't like him as Quicksilver. I thought his Quicksilver was horrible. Yeah. And I know that he can't.
Like I said last week, I wish we got more of his Quicksilver than just one movie.
What's that?
And I said last week, I'm on the upset end. I wish we got more of that than just one movie.
I know, but he's just not that good. I mean, he's boring. Like honestly, and you know, it may not even be his fault, but like he has no. I guess what I love about
there's certain people that that the directing makes a difference on if you like someone or not.
Yes. Well, what I love about the X-Men. What I love about the X-Men Quicksilver is he's got a personality. You know what I mean? He's funny. He's using his speed. He's doing things. When he needs to be. He's doing things right. You know what I mean? Like he's kind of laughing through his own pain, but he's kind of quirky
like
and
Flash.
And stuff. A lot like Wally West Flash, actually. Mm-hmm. But the thing is that Pietro, like, he just didn't do anything. He was just kind of like there.
Spaceballs. He didn't do it for you.
No, they really didn't give him. They really didn't give him anything to do. Quite honest, I mean, like he just kind of stood there and got shot.
I was gonna say he took both.
I mean, he was less effective than that girl's pants.
Nice. I see what you did there.
Those pants were better than the MCU Quicksilver.
Maybe his outfit needed to be made of those pants.
Note to self. When running fast, wear bulletproof pants and vest. Apparently. Yeah, I guess I am lucky I didn't see the leaks. Yeah, because I didn't see any leaks. Yep. I mean, I knew that he was supposed to be in the cast.
Yeah.
At some point.
Maybe that was to throw us off to be like, hey, we're gonna get a version of him, but I'm not telling you which one.
Well, and that's the thing, but we didn't know when or how he was going to show up in it. So I'm just trying to make sure I'm not skipping. This thing is skipping around, guys. Sorry. So I'm just gonna come back up here. Okay. So yeah.
But also him showing up definitely does show. Okay, now start in a show. Okay, this is how it leads into Doctor Strange too.
Yep.
Because now that his version of Quicksilver popped up, it's like, okay, how did his version get here?
Yep. So Polaris says, Polaris says, Lewis Cox says, I would like Polaris in this show, who is the sister of Wanda and Quicksilver. Jack says, Enosh, what did the Flash say to Iris? I don't know. What did the Flash say to Iris? No, McAllen is done. Yeah, I think it'd probably be Fassbender if he shows up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, Aaron, you're right. You do not want to mess with a pissed off Wanda for sure.
She used her powers to use all those sword agents and just point it right at the head guy.
No, Darth Tasty, that was not the. I don't think that was the old Growing Pains set, because if I remember right, it looked quite different. What it looked like to me was they created a set based on several different sets.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from those old shows. I mean, it's in the same style. And it says Quicksilver will start the multiverse. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Scotty, I think you might be onto something. Scotty says, I don't think that it was Wanda that came out of the bubble and threatened the agents. And I don't think that Quicksilver is actually Quicksilver.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because
Wanda came out of the bubble, she had her accent, which she hasn't had since Age of Ultron.
She not only came out with her accent, but you notice when she broke down and actually talked to Vision, she said that she didn't know how it started. Mm-hmm. And she also, Scotty just said that he doesn't think that the Wanda that came out of the bubble was actually Wanda. Mm-hmm. And and we all said that we don't think Quicksilver is necessarily Quicksilver.
So you think maybe it's Mephisto saying
it might be Mephisto. Oh, maybe that's why he showed up, because Mephisto went out as Wanda to threaten everybody and then came back in and showed up.
Because her accent was there, but it wasn't the accent she had in the movie.
No,
it was a very thick Russian accent when she was talking, but not like that. It was more like it was a forced accent.
Yeah.
Well, also, like I said, it is probably my theory with, I'm going to see how close it is to the end of the season and then go back and watch all of them to see, okay, that's Mephisto. I think in each episode he has a vessel that he uses.
I did not.
Yeah.
Because if that's him then and he's in control of that, then that would explain when he went back and went like this, it was like, don't mess with Westview, like because of the fact that he's controlling.
Lena Deli says, guys, did you notice how many times the word strange is mentioned? Mm-hmm. I didn't.
I look forward to now the commercials to see what the Easter egg is in the commercial.
Yeah.
Well, the reason we probably got the trailer was because
yes, Aaron, I believe Agnes is part of it. Is part of it.
I think Agnes is supposed to be not short for, but pretty much supposed to be Agatha.
Yeah,
which she was
Mephisto's wife. Yeah. Scotty says, I also don't think that this will all connect in all the cool ways you all think. Magneto isn't coming. Well, here's the thing about that. So we still have the interview with what's his name, who plays Vision, who said that at the end of this that he got to work with somebody that he's wanted to work with for a long time. So it's a major, that tells me it's a major actor. Mm-hmm. And there've also been these rumors that there is a Luke. Now, I don't know if this is a Luke level. I don't know if this was what they're talking about, because I heard that it was in the finale. In the finale, there's a Luke Skywalker level cameo. So if this is not that cameo, then
holy cow,
what is episode 9?
You know, and I do think that we'll probably see some connect. If it's multiverse, that's what I'm saying. If it's multiverse, then they've got to show the multiverse. It can't just be the same people, right? Mm-hmm. So you're going to have to eventually show somebody from a different universe. And what's the only other thing there is? And we know that Deadpool's coming, and Deadpool is from that universe.
How about you want to work with Ryan Reynolds?
No, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of maybe somebody from Fantastic Four.
Is he gonna come in wearing his Crocs? Because I can't call it on the show what they actually are.
Linzrazi says, I'm glad that now after Wednesday, I will be working from home from now on and won't have to bottle up the fangirling because of being at work. Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome.
It's funny because everybody at my work watches this stuff, like the Star Wars stuff, the Marvel stuff, the DC stuff. So I get to talk about this stuff.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
What's up? Antoine says, miss you guys. Thank you. Miss you too. Yeah, you know, it's definitely multiverse is definitely coming. So it's got to be something from, I mean, because right now there isn't any other universe. I mean, unless you're just recasting a bunch of other people.
Once he steps out, that's what's going to cause the rift, which is going to have Doctor Strange fix it.
Lindelli says, just like the comics, it's like summoning Doctor Strange. And I'm positive he's going to cameo in this.
That would be someone else that that Paul Bettany would want to work with, I would think.
Well,
I
agree, Darth Tacey. It was my favorite episode so far because that was just exciting. Well, this might be his introduction though. Like, you know, he might be introduced as maybe having set this off, but then goes away. Tom Hanks Ballsack 69. He says, I'm surprised they're bringing in Mephisto this early, assuming he's the next Thanos. So it could be that they're introducing him this way, but like he gets away and like we don't, you know, we're not going to see him.
Like Isaac says in every episode, maybe he's using a different vessel that you don't know who he's taking forms of that episode.
Yeah.
Like what in the first episode? What if it was the boss? What if it was this? What if it was?
Yeah, because we've seen the boss.
Thank you, Matt Butts.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Andrew Casali with the $5 super chat. What's up, Andrew? Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, man. Says Quicksilver showing up means the Fox X-Men are coming and this starts the multiverse. Well, maybe because like Isaac said, just because it's that actor and he is playing Pietro,
what's her name? Darcy could have foreshadowed that this is Pietro, but like Pietro's memories, but
it might
Fox
he may not have powers. He may not be that at all. It may be a thing. Now I did say this on, I think it was Dawson's stream about this show. If they're saying there's a Luke Skywalker level thing, right? There's only a couple of people that can be. It can't just be any character, right? You know, you like I don't think that this is that level, okay? And if you're talking about an actor that Paul Bettany has always wanted to work with, it's a major actor, it's a major thing. What I said was it's either Magneto, which is what I lean towards, right? Or what people think is the impossible. And I'm not saying that he would be this character for the MCU, but that this would be a way that they would introduce this multiverse in a big, huge way for the end of this show. Because you remember who played a big part in House of M. One major character who it actually just came out that Deadpool 2 was supposed to be Deadpool and Logan driving, doing a road trip.
Hugh Jackman?
If Hugh Jackman shows up in the finale as Wolverine or as Logan, that's a Luke Skywalker level thing right there, because that is the biggest character from the X-Men movies.
And has Paul Bettany worked with Hugh?
I don't know that he has.
Let me look.
I don't know. But also the fact that he's a major actor. He's somebody that is a Paul Bettany contemporary, right? That he may have wanted to work with. And it's that kind of level of
between those guys.
Well, yeah, but it's that level of character too, that if he shows up, everybody's collective mind will explode. Everybody's collective minds would explode at that point if he showed up. And the thing is that is something that people would not see coming because what? Nobody expects him to come back. But that's a way that he could come back without undoing what he did in Logan. Because if this is a multiverse thing and everything is like doing it, You see what I'm saying? And so that's what I said. I know that people may not agree with that, but you got to agree with the fact that, and I'm not saying that that's definitely what's happening. I'm just saying it's either got to be somebody like Magneto that like people would expect.
He's never
like that, but it can't be somebody that people like would expect because they're saying it's this Luke Skywalker thing, this Luke Skywalker level kind of thing. And that just can't be anybody. You can't just throw anybody in there and go, oh, it's a Luke Skywalker level event. You know what I mean? It doesn't work that way. I just don't think so. So, I mean, when Anchorman, when you ask where's Logan, but I'm saying is they will our Logan.
I'm joking.
He might be asking where's our Logan. He's at his dad's. But what I'm saying is that I'm not saying that Hugh would be the MCU Wolverine. I'm just saying that they may introduce it that way, and then go ahead. By the time that everything is said and done, they'll end up recasting, right? No, the Richard, that was the point when she said, because he says, I wonder if all things are bulletproof when they come out. No, because she was wearing a Kevlar vest when she went in. So
it kind of tied into the fabric of everything she did.
It took as she got sucked in, the vest pretty much became the time period that Wanda was in at that time.
Yes, so it takes the properties of whatever that thing Wanda's is. Doing. That's why she says it's 89. What she said, 89% Kevlar, right? So that's why it was bulletproof. Mm-hmm. Elizabeth Olsen is gifted. Boy, she really did a great job here.
She's showing her acting chops in the show.
Because I think the people that are in the bubble are feeling Wanda's grief, but I also think part of that pain is Mephisto.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Too. Yeah, me too. Because I don't think she knows, because she broke down to Vision basically saying, hey, I don't. Yeah, I don't know how this started.
Yeah, like she's not trying to cover.
She became aware of it.
In the first episode too, when they were saying, when the Kitty from the '70s show was asking all those questions, and it's like, was she being quiet for a second because she was trying to lie because of Vision, or did she not know herself because she didn't know how it started?
Like the first episode, what was the hurt for it? Oh, maybe that's this. Maybe that's neither of them knew.
Exactly. Or is it because it just started and she doesn't know how it started with Mephisto, and so she didn't even know?
So I mean, it would be cool to see Hank McCoy as or Kelsey Grammer as Hank McCoy, the Richard, but I don't see it being on the level of a Luke Skywalker in the final episode. So, I think we are being programmed to expect Magneto or Xavier, but I don't see.
But that would be a good twist if.
But it would be cool to see.
And then.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see, but that's why I'm thinking that it's got to be something else. And I think that I really think at this point, it's probably good. It might be Logan. Trying to go through here.
I think it's Oliver Queen. That's awesome.
It would. Oliver, I agree. It would make sense if Magneto makes an appearance, because in the comics, his son is Quicksilver and his two daughters, Polaris and Wanda. But in X-Men Days of Future Past, you get to see Wanda. Yeah. So, well, that, yeah. So around these dooms, around Theses dooms, says, what if Hugh Jackman comes out of nowhere in the season finale? That's really where I'm leaning to, because I really don't think anybody would see that coming. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cristiano, noticed she had different clothes coming out. I believe I'm leaning with Scotty though, saying I don't think that was her that came out. Mm-hmm. I think that was something, if not Mephisto, it was something portraying her.
Yeah. Plus, this episode made it look like that could have been her coming out, because we saw her break in the sword and take Vision's body and then
in a similar looking outfit. Yeah.
So we're gonna think, okay, that's her coming out of the bubble, pretty much giving them the warning. And
I had to rewatch this episode.
Yeah, but because of all the stuff that was out beforehand, and pretty much them saying, "Oh yeah, she's the strongest Avenger," she could have taken out Thanos if nobody would have stepped in.
Yeah,
which goes with what Kevin Feige said during a Q&A one time. Is someone goes, "Oh yeah, post Endgame, who do you think is the strongest Avenger?" And Kevin Feige goes, "Oh yeah, hands down, Wanda."
Yeah. D. Richard said, "I'd say Agnes is part, though a victim of circumstance. The plan to steal Wanda's power has gone awry."
Yeah, because you've seen in the past couple episodes, her powers don't want to work 100% of the time.
Yeah, I agree. Barcelona. Now okay, Jack. I don't know if you're like joking or if you're being serious with this, but
Oh, Ben Affleck, Daredevil.
But here's an interesting thought for you.
Let's say Netflix Daredevil would make sense.
Yeah, but
especially with the rumors for Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, but Ben Affleck, literally just a week and a half ago, went on a whole love fest to Kevin Feige.
That's true.
Saying that Kevin Feige was the greatest producer that he's known, and that if Kevin Feige tells him something,
worked with Ben,
that he can believe it.
Bettany?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wouldn't normally look. I like Ben's Daredevil movie. I know there's some haters of it, and there's some purists that don't like it, but I enjoyed it. Now Elektra is hot garbage.
DeAndre agrees with you.
I mean, not the character, just the movie Elektra, and it's a shame because it's got Terrence Stamp in it. But what'd you say?
DeAndre agrees with you on the Quicksilver stuff.
Oh yeah,
yeah, saying that what's his name is the best one.
Oh yeah, heck yeah, DeAndre, you and me, bro. All right. Okay, so this show connects to Spider-Man 3, so Luke level is Toby Spider-Man. No, I don't for this. No, I don't think so. I Andrew, because Toby's already. Oh, you mean Toby Spider-Man? Yeah.
I could see that being like the post-credit for Doctor Strange 2. Or the end of Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah, I was reading that as
because Wandavision,
the guy who's the guy who's already playing Spider-Man, but yeah.
Because Wanda's supposed to lead in Doctor Strange 2. Doctor Strange 2 is supposed to lead in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. So I just don't see how Toby would even fit into this. I mean, he's not, you know what I mean?
I would say if we do get him, I think it would be too soon for Wandavision.
Yeah. Because what are you going to do with him all that time?
Yeah. If we do get his Spider-Man, I think it'll be closer to Spider-Man 3.
What if it's Deadpool? I could see it being that.
Very twisty.
Now, do you think that would be a Luke level?
Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but we already know he's coming. We already know he's coming.
Yeah. Well, we also kind of did with Luke. We're like, okay, well, you went on that thing that Luke's the only Jedi left.
Yeah, I called that. A lot of people didn't like that idea because they wanted it to be somebody else. But I called Luke.
Yeah, and like I said, they weren't going to bring in Cal because they're not going to reveal his fate before the second game.
Yeah. But
or they're going to try and.
I think it'd be super cool if it's Deadpool. Yeah. Right, and it'd be funny because you know that they'd have something funny
between Paul Bettany and him. Because I loved Paul Bettany's humor, like in A Knight's Tale and stuff, being like his announcer and stuff like that. And so that's like how I like seeing him too. I mean, he plays every role he's done. I love. Yeah. But to see those two together, I can see where he would love that because Ryan Reynolds is mostly fun. I mean, that's what he tries to lean towards. But he's done some serious stuff too.
Says the D. Richard says, I think it's Hank McCoy and Reed Richards that literally would blow people's minds. Fan face Kelsey Grammer and the fellow married to Emily. Well, that's John Krasinski.
I was thinking that earlier today. I was like, what if that Endgame thing is probably something Fantastic Four related? But I was like, wait, because I told you my theory about how they're going to introduce the Fantastic Four.
Well, in the beginning of in Sword, because they talked about
they talked about Sword's space program, and they said how he just shut it down. He's like, oh yeah, half the crew it was like something about half the crew we lost, half the crew doesn't want to return or something like that, or can't return.
Yeah.
And I think part of that is due to the Fantastic Four pretty much going out in their last expedition or one of their last expeditions, and that's either where they got their powers or they're going to start the program back up. And that's what's going to lead to the Fantastic Four getting their powers.
That would be true.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that.
Tower.
I just look. I love Hank McCoy, and I love Kelsey Grammer, but I don't. Nobody's going to be that excited to see Kelsey Grammer. They'd be excited to see Beast. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's cool. It's Beast, cool." But Beast wasn't even that big of a huge character in the X-Men in the Fox one. He was cool. Don't get me wrong. He was a cool character. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, like nobody was going, oh my God, Beast is freaking awesome in the star of these movies. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what it has to be. You're talking Luke Skywalker. Who is bigger in Star Wars than Luke Skywalker?
Yeah.
Nicotina's mom.
Sorry.
Yes,
you know what I mean? So it has to be somebody in Marvel.
Yeah, well, outside the MCU.
Reed Richards, possible, but no context. And I don't think that they're just gonna throw Reed Richards in there without the Fantastic Four, without being able to,
especially
to introduce them
they're
properly.
developing Fantastic Four right now.
Exactly. So,
and they've said that they want to make sure they hit the mark this time with it, because the past two versions that have failed.
So cool to see these two characters. Yes. But again, I just don't see that as being Luke Skywalker level excitement, blow people's minds feel. Yeah.
They're going to make sure that they do the Fantastic Four right this time.
Now, I will say this, Michael Fassbender and James McCoy.
McAvoy.
What did I say? James McCoy?
McCoy.
That's my friend, James McCoy. That's what I read. Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy as
Hedwig, etc.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, if he came in as Hedwig from Split, I'd lose it. I'd be excited. What a twist. Do you think that's on the level? Magneto and Dr. Xavier.
Kind of, because it would be like, okay, finally we got them in the MCU, but
what if this actually took Quicksilver out of the X-Men universe and it takes Xavier,
them coming back for him,
to come and find him?
Well, like I said, we also don't know yet what his Quicksilver is like yet in this universe, and which Quicksilver this is.
It's true. Benson's with another £5. Thank you, Mark. Rock on. Says, how about Captain America returning, which would help write him back in, or Tony Stark from another multiverse? We know they're both coming back. Captain America, no. I don't see Captain America happening. If Tony Stark,
I don't think they're gonna do Tony. Because
wouldn't that undo the snap that he did as a sacrifice?
No, it'd take away the meaning of the snap, and also take away also the heartache of Far From Home when you literally see the rotting Iron Man suit.
The sad thing about that is, though, I could see that being on the level that people would lose their mind if Robert Downey Jr. showed up at the end.
Yeah.
As Tony Stark. But they got to be really careful with that, because they could piss off a lot of people.
Yeah, people be very split if it's Robert Downey Jr.
Split, etc.
Yeah. So Tony Stark, I think would be on the level maybe, but I don't know that would be a smart thing for them to do. But I don't think Captain America returning would, because
just like I've been saying, I think when they do come back, it'll probably be like Black Widow type things, how it's before Endgame.
But what if they said a lot of the word strange in this episode. You said it's leading up to Doctor Strange 2. What if it is Benedict Cumberbatch? Has he worked with him? Paul Bettany?
But
we know Doctor Strange is
and I don't think that's on the level.
Yeah.
We all saw how Rambo looked when they made Captain Marvel. There's something there. There's definitely something there. What's up? Hey, Pepperoni Pizza 2003. When you getting here? It's been since 2003, man. We've been waiting 18 years.
Here's one question. How do they know that much about that fight in Endgame?
Who they?
Oh,
Sword. Because it was just the Avengers and Thanos.
Wasn't it on a different world or planet or something?
No, it was on Earth.
No, it was on Earth. Where the Avengers knew their second base was.
Because there were TV cameras. Don't you know? How do you think all that footage was taken? Okay. Oh well, Doctor Strange was. Those weren't all just like his ring loop things.
Because he was sitting there and he's like, "What's the line? I am."
I mean, it'd definitely be cool to see Doctor Strange, but I just don't think that's on the level. Patrick Stewart would be very cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know that they'll do Patrick Stewart. Everybody's really excited. Layla's excited.
Thinking of you next.
Logan.
No, it's not.
This is my favorite
Well, for
MCU
those
thing.
only Star Wars stuff.
Honestly, Jack, I gotta say, besides Iron Man 1, probably, and the first 2 Captain America movies, this is my favorite MCU thing as well. Lena Deli thinks Hugh Jackman too. Oh, what was that, Tiff?
It's Jacques Pierre.
Jacques Pierre.
Jacques.
Jacques.
Pierre.
Jacques.
You gotta put
Jacques Pierre says, I hope it's Tom Hanks ballsack 69 at the end of the show. That's what, dude. If it was Tom Hanks ballsack 69 at the end of this show,
You throw in the towel and just walk off the screen. You'd be giving him a super chat.
I'd give you a super chat. I don't know what I'd do. If Wanda looks up and goes, it's Tom Hanks ballsack 69. He. Can you imagine? I mean, that's a multiverse thing for you. Doomcock is the cameo. Called it. I could see that happening. Hugh Jackman is awesome. No disrespect. Not a Luke level cameo. Scotty, I'm just asking though, who else in the MCU, or not in the MCU, who else in the Marvel movie spectrum
outside the MCU
would be on that level? It's only Wolverine. Wolverine was you look at Luke, as Luke is the main star of Star Wars. Who's bigger than Luke? Some people I know will say Anakin. No. No, I love Anakin Skywalker. Don't get me wrong. I love Darth Vader. Darth Vader is amazing. Anakin Skywalker is amazing. He's very, very cool. But let's be honest. The Clone Wars cartoon is what made Anakin Skywalker as cool as he is now. Okay. That is not to disrespect anybody's love of the prequels. I get it. But we're just talking brass tacks here. Okay. Mark Hamill's Luke Skywalker, hands down, any genre you put him in animation, people are going to love him because he's freaking Luke Skywalker. People love Luke Skywalker. Okay. That's why so many people are pissed off right now about Star Wars, right? It's because of Luke Skywalker, because it's not the Luke Skywalker that they want. It's the Luke Skywalker they need. But that's a whole different story. Hugh Jackman's Wolverine is the only glue.
It's comparable to Luke's.
He's the only glue in comparable apples to apples type of character to the X-Men. To me, he's
the only one that can call someone Bub and tell him to F off.
Yeah, exactly. And that's no disrespect for you.
Cameo.
You know that's no disrespect to you, Scotty. I mean, I love you.
He's disrespect taken.
We're just all of a sudden the stream goes down. We're just having a talk here, right? But I don't see anybody else. Even the other guys, we would almost expect those guys, right? Mm-hmm. But nobody expects Hugh Jackman, because Hugh Jackman has publicly said, no, I'm done, I'm finished, whatever. And like I said, this could be the only way. This could be the only way that you bring Hugh Jackman back without it diminishing Logan, because that's his biggest concern, is diminishing Logan. So if you don't diminish that movie by doing a cameo in a multiverse thing that takes him out of that, so he's playing the same character, yet it's in a completely different thing.
He's going to call people Bub.
He should.
That's what he should call Paul Bettany. Hey, Bub, what's up with the purple face?
Was Paul Bettany in Les Mis?
No.
That's why I was wondering, because he
Sacha Baron Cohen was.
Yeah, he just mentioned that.
Okay, so here's all the movies outside of the MCU: Venom, the Fantastic Four movies, the Spider-Man movies, Ghost Rider, Daredevil, Hulk, and then Deadpool, X-Men.
So is it Nicolas Cage's?
Because then the only other one is the Blade trilogy.
So is it? Oh, is it Nicolas Cage's?
I thought you were saying Nicotine.
No, Nicolas Cage's
Ghost Rider.
No. You know who would get that kind of response is what's his name's Blade character.
Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes showing up as. I mean, there's absolutely no reason for Wesley Snipes to show up as Blade. But if Wesley Snipes showed up as Blade, people would lose their collective minds on that. See, I disagree with this. Why does it have to be strange?
Yeah.
that's not going to blow people's minds. That to me, if it's Doctor Strange,
it's leading up to Strange's
yeah,
numbers.
we already know
So
that. We already know that we've already been told that the Doctor Strange is going to be involved in the multiverse, and the next
leading up to Strange number 2.
Yeah, and Doctor Strange 2 is called the Multiverse of Madness. So we already know that,
and we know Wanda shows up in that.
So to me, if it's Doctor Strange, I'm just going to go, oh, that's cool. You know what I mean? Like
That's pretty cool.
I mean, is anybody going to be like, oh my God, it's Doctor Strange? You know, it's just going to be like, hey, that's really cool. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it'll make sense. It'll make too much sense. Like Luke Skywalker almost didn't make, you know, I mean, like it made sense to me, but you know what I'm saying? Like it was totally out of left field, and like
for most people,
and it got people that excited. And so, you know, Tom Hanks says no one else makes sense. I don't know. And Scotty agrees, you know, so Scotty is of the same mind as Tom Hanks ballsack. Giggity. Professor X Patrick Stewart is also a possibility because the character is also a big part of House of M. That is true. Whoa, microphone's going everywhere. I just don't get the Kelsey Grammer thing, man. Are you just love Kelsey Grammer, the Richard? I mean, that's fine. I just don't see it as being that big of a character for it to match the reports. I mean, unless the reports are bad. I mean, Benedict Cumberbatch, I guess could meet that requirement, but I just don't feel that it meets the level of hugeness.
Well, Isaac said
did Isaac give his? Is Isaac coming back?
No.
Hey, Isaac, you want to give your rating of the episode? It's an 8. Yeah. Isaac says it's an 8.
8 out of 10 for him.
Wow. Tom Hanks says, actually, you know what? I'm wrong. The cameo will be Matt Jarbo. A door opens and Matt Jarbo trips over the doorstep.
We're all in trouble.
Falls in through and starts like dropping some facts about like, you know, unsolved crimes and stuff. No, dude, I'm not the Richard. I understand what I'm saying. Like, I'm not questioning Kelsey Grammer's acting ability. I'm not questioning his. I'm not questioning that. I'm questioning the level at which, like, he's not a Luke Skywalker level character or actor.
Reveal.
You know, he's not that reveal, is what I'm saying, and that's what they're saying is going to happen. Yeah. Andy says, but Logan died though. But that was in Logan as an old man. This is the multiverse, literally. You know, also Pietro was the other guy. You know, so yeah, they're gonna unleash this multiverse thing, and yeah, Flashpoint has got to bring it for sure. Benson's with another $2 or $3 or £3 super chat. Thank you. Says my dream would be Downey Jr. as Doctor Strange.
Ooh, that would be different.
Now that would be crazy. That would be an interesting. One person is a different character from the multiverse. That would be. The Richard said okay, and then said, well, I bet that outfit will be used in battle later than Poindexter. I'm sure we, you know, I'm thinking by the time it's done, we're gonna see what I think what we're gonna see this next time, what with this next phase is all this stuff clashing together, and that's how they're gonna explain, like, you know, at the end it's all gonna merge together and somehow forge together where it'll reshape all of the MCU to be mutants.
Well, because that's what Isaac was saying, is if once Vision steps out, if they can bring him out alive by stepping out, then that would change everything.
The dogs look. It's like, shh, don't tell anybody, Lewis. Lewis, the contracts aren't dry even.
Daddy's making noises. I gotta go check it out.
Hey, love you, Jack or Jacques. Wow, Jocko, that's
I'm not gonna touch that one with a 10-foot pole. Have fun with that.
Or a 10-inch Superman.
Yeah.
All right.
Every time you say that, I want to sing "Whip Out My Big 10-Inch." Was it Aerosmith?
Yeah. Let's see here.
What does Tom Hanks' ballsack say?
Says Magneto is not coming. Quicksilver is Mephisto. Agatha will be a morally ambiguous character, and Monica is pissed for Carol not being there for her mom. Oh, nice. Very good.
Well, because Agatha's the only one that things literally physically change around her, and she acts like it's no big deal. I mean, even when she was holding the dog, and the kid said, "Bring him back, Mom," and she's like, "You can do that."
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was the first time you saw her, like, not. I mean, I don't know.
So the Richard says, Hugh Jackman would be great. Layla says, I would really like to see Lorna show up at some point. That way we'd have the three of them. Tom Hanks says, oh, and Mephisto will take those kids. Kinky, we loved it. We literally called the ending like seconds before it happened. We called it. In what silent? Because they just looked up all of his stuff. It says so. It looks like Paul Bettany has worked with Hugh Jackman, Benedict Cumberbatch, and Ian Mack. What about Ryan Reynolds? Yeah, and what was he in with them? Because they just looked him up and they couldn't find him.
Well, yeah, we didn't go back super crazy far though.
Affleck Devil would be good. I don't know that that's as big. I mean, that would just be mind blowing on the
Isaac's response to the episode.
That would just be mind blowing on the level of it's Ben Affleck, which would be problematic for a lot of DC fans. I think.
Putting DC in my MCU.
Yeah.
Like peanut butter and chocolate.
Yeah. D. Richard says the recut of Daredevil film is even better. Mephisto's endgame is to get Wanda's kids. Yes, it is so weird.
That was cute though. And it's like, you can't have a dog until you're 10, and they're like, hey, guess what? We're 10.
Yeah. That's true, the Richard. Deadpool can appear in anything, so that's not really a huge surprise. We're just looking forward to seeing him, I think. Yeah. Lena Deli said it, now not Luke level. Nostalgia, a character we have seen a long time ago. Logan is still the favorite. I think so too. I really do. Around these Doom says Theses Doom says actually WandaVision leads into Spider-Man 3, then Doctor Strange 2. Chris Evans, Johnny Storm. Yeah. Nicotina's mom is the cameo. I have imagined Mad Jarbo as the cameo.
So big, no big whoop. You want to fight about it?
Yeah, Kinky Sphincter says Poindexter Lounge, it has to be Hugh Jackman. That's the only character that level. Shh. Stop giving away my secret. Tiff is a Luke Skywalker cameo. Level cameo. And you know what? If it was Tiff, that's Tiff-tastic. Just saying. It would be totally Tiff-tastic if that was the case.
Dude, I would pee my pants if I got to work with Paul Bettany.
I hear Paul Bettany's always wanted to work with you.
Well, I'm a vision.
You are a vision. Just trying to go through these so we can give our
and I have Isaac, so I can read his too.
Yeah. Andrew Christie says Tony Stark as the big cameo would be disappointing. Oh, now that's a deep cut around Theses Dooms. People forget that Tom Cruise was supposed to play Tony Stark for a long time.
Around Theses Dooms.
Around Theses Dooms? Maybe Theses Dooms.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
This is what if Tony Stark comes at the end, but it's Tom Cruise's Tony Stark from a different universe. I just don't want to see Tom Cruise. Yeah. Ant-Man tweeted about the battle. Yeah, somebody said that'd be pretty sick. Yeah, honestly, it could be anybody at this point, but all right. So a lot of the same. Lot of I don't think it would be Gene or Scott, just because I don't think that would be because they weren't even the biggest things in the X-Men movie. I mean, they were big parts of it, but Thanos. I don't think Thanos would. I don't know how that would fit. What's up, Davis Steele? Good to see you, man. Eric Bana Hulk. That would be more of a surprise, I think, than Luke level, but maybe Mickey Mouse himself. Mickey Mouse himself just comes and goes, "Hey, how do you like my stuff? Haha. Do you like how I brought everybody together? Haha. You want to see what happens next? Haha. It's really House of M. Haha. House of Mickey."
She's a little concerned.
I
know Daddy's being weird, huh?
All three Bruce Banners. I would actually like to see Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider. Maybe it's Black Widow. Her movie is coming out soon. Man. Joseph Wagner. Is that Joe? Joe, is that you, man? Says, why does there have to be a Luke level anything at the end? The MCU always led to their next feature, knowing Doctor Strange is coming out of this and Loki is coming. They're most likely to appear. So here's why. Because the showrunners have said that it is a Luke level cameo.
Paul Bettany himself.
That's why. That's why we're discussing that. Because they themselves have said that there is that's what's got everybody wondering and questioning this, because the people actually doing the show have said that it is a Luke Skywalker. They were very specific. They said it's a Luke Skywalker level cameo that people will not see coming. So that's why we're saying it has to be a Luke level. We're not saying it has to be. That's what we've been told.
Well, plus we keep saying it's a dude. Is there a chick that Paul Bettany wants to work with? It's like,
I don't know. But I don't see it being Loki, or Doctor Strange. We already know Doctor Strange is coming in there. We already know that Loki is going to have his own series. So I don't think either one of those are going to be something of magnitude, since they're both already in the universe. They're both already there. They're both already a part of this. So that's not even really. I mean, that's just a cameo of existing characters. Really. Yeah.
When you're ready, I can read Isaac's thing too.
Okay. Enosh, our brains are connected. It's more like I've got Tom Hanks' Ball Section 69 on my mind. It's Tiff-tastic. Dave of Steel returns. It'd be interesting to see that. Oh, I see what you did there. Fun fact. Here comes Caleb. Caleb Richardson with a fun fact. I always love when Caleb comes in here and says, in the last scene, if you turn the audio description on, the narrator describes Evan Peters' character as the Pietro from the X-Men films. That's interesting. The cameo is Bob Iger or Bob Chapek, according to Mike Zero.
You okay?
Says I saw a video of comment section calling you a hater and need to get a life. They're wrong. I've seen the kind of compassion person you are to your channel. Oh, thank you, Anchorman. Yeah, you know what? People are dumb. People say a bunch of stuff, but you know what? We still welcome everybody, and we're still loving to everybody. And you know what? There's a lot of fake people in this world. You know.
Some would say a big fat phony.
Yeah, you get what you get here. What you see is what you get. The cameo will be Zack Snyder sticking it to Hamada and Johns. I would love that. I can exclusively reveal with a pinch of salt that it's Condor Man. I love it. I dig Condor Man. It is a Disney superhero. I can see your comment, David Steele. Toby as the Scorpion King will be the cameo. Yes, the cameo is Mickey Mouse. We see you, David Steele. Okay. Yeah, but it's not just a TV show, man. This is a TV show literally filled with all the actors from the MCU. So that's where I'm looking at it. It's not just a TV show. It's literally all the guys and all the women who are already there. That's true. Isaac One Kenobi says WandaVision isn't just a TV show; it's a mini series.
Just like Loki's series is going to be the little thing saying, "Hey, remember when I grabbed the Tesseract and it disappeared? This is where I was."
Very tempted to make a Scientology joke right now. Plot twist. It was Natalie Portman the whole time. She opened her wormhole.
Oh, Sophie. And I hate when that happens.
Wow, Sophie.
Wormhole.
It was all smoke and mirrors. Nice. Wow, Sophie.
That's awesome.
You know, Sophie, you know what that's gonna get you? It's gonna get you one of these.
Over the Grand Canyon, off your face, through the window, off the floor, nothing but net.
Larry Bird.
That's what you get, Sophie. What? Enosh and Tiff only on HBO coming 2023, directed by Henry Cavill. It's a love story with some action.
Yeah, but there's a love story between you and Henry?
No, it's between you and me. The action's pretty hot too. Think about that one. Yes. Isaac is Bruce Banner. It's Japanese Spider-Man. That's funny. Okay. He says Paul Bettany was in Les Mis with Hugh Jackman.
Who was he?
Creation with Benedict Cumberbatch and Da Vinci Code with Ian McKellen. To answer your question. Tiffany loves Les Mis and she didn't realize that Paul Bettany was in it. Uh-oh. No. We ain't doing Henry Cavill as Captain Britain. It's Walter Hamada. Jack says, I love this community. I do too. I love you all. You guys are great. I love how we're having fun with this. It's Jim Lee. Oops. The cameo is Jeff Johns, and then he's immediately escorted away. It's the greatest American hero. Believe it or not, I'm walking on. The cameo is Larry Bird. You're welcome, Sophie. Okay. Exactly. That's what I was saying. That's blasphemy. Can't say that. Spider-Ham. It's Spider-Ham. It's live action Spider-Ham. We get live action Spider-Ham. Okay. All right, Tiff, scoot over just a smidge.
What are you talking about?
So we're centered here in the camera. All right, so pull that mic over a little bit so people can hear you. So good people can hear you.
Then it's gonna be in the shot.
No, you just scoot over just a smidge and pull it right there. There you go. That's fine. Because this one's in my shot, so it's good. All right, so Tiff, your thoughts on this episode?
I actually liked it. There's a lot of stuff that happened and a lot of things that made you go, whoa. It was one of those episodes.
It's like the girl mooses and the boy mooses.
Makes the boy moose go, wah.
Wah.
No, it seems like it's just like hitting you more in the feels. Like even like the opener, it's like it reminded us of the shows that we grew up with.
Yes.
It was very reminiscent of some of the stuff that her sisters were in. That kind of thing. So I like how each episode is changing decades and how it's moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
I like how it's setting up stuff. I like some of the jokes that came through. I do think there was something up with the version of her that came through the Hex, because I noticed right away, I'm like, hey, there's an accent, but it's like a hacky version of her accent. It wasn't her, and she's not going to mess up an accent that she's done for how many movies?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that made me think, but it's also, as my first time through, I would give it a 9 out of 10. I don't want to go as low as an 8, but I also don't want to go as high as a 10. So I'd say like 8.5, 9 out of 10 for me. Okay. It was really good. But it's funny. It's going to be funny to kind of watch these back again in succession after we hit, the end and we're just like blown away, because it made me feel weird when Catherine Hahn was like, do you mean to just start over again?
Awkward.
Where the heck did that come from?
Yeah.
Why did she say that? So now it's going to be like, okay, because she's been she started doing that last episode when she was talking to the neighbor, because she was talking to him and she's like, did you see what's going on with this? Well, I'm going to get out of here. And then, she just went right back into character and then left.
Yep.
She did the same thing, but it was almost like, I don't know. And I don't know why she's going wonky. It's like she's Robot Mom in like Umbrella Academy or something.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see where they go from here. But it's every week. It's like Fridays. I'm like working and I'm like, I cannot wait to like sit down and watch this because I'm so excited.
Heck yeah.
Wait, what?
Now, what did Isaac have to say?
Isaac said 8 out of 10. I like how the show is starting to set up for the multiverse with Fox Quicksilver not showing up. But we don't know we don't know much yet about this Quicksilver because he looks like Fox Quicksilver. I like how Vision is starting to see how weird everything is getting, and it just doesn't feel real sometimes. I like how they keep referencing Mephisto, but we never see him, at least not in his true form. I like how they acknowledged that now Wanda is the strongest Avenger post-Endgame. The only thing I don't like is how they aren't putting much into Wiccan and Speed, besides saying that they are Wanda and Vision's kids thanks to Mephisto. But the people that know the comics know they'll become Wiccan and Speed and that they'll be a part of the new Avengers when they start to put that together. Agnes knows it's supposed to be like a TV show, so her saying, let's take that from the top, is her way of redoing the scene.
Yeah. First of all, Chin Fin, no problem, man. No problem. I just thought you were joking with this, and I thought it was funny actually. I know I said that, hey, I think we got pranked, but I didn't think that you pranked us. That was just a joke. So see, Scotty coming along a little bit. Says, oh, you know what? Paul Bettany auditioned and screened, but didn't end up being in the final production. Russell Crowe got it.
I was going to say.
So I suppose that gives credence to Hugh Jackman. Because
I have watched Les Mis numerous times, and that's why I was sitting there. I'm like, he wasn't in the credits because I would have remembered him.
So what if Paul Bettany really wanted to work with Hugh Jackman in that movie and
couldn't because
he didn't get the role? Wow, that does lead that
because if he would have worked with Hugh Jackman and those two are like they go against each other like most of the movie until
they would have been That'd have been wow.
Would have been a whole different movie too.
Wow, that just like shed some more light even on that theory of Hugh
and it
Jackman.
goes to show that I told you freaking Paul Bettany wasn't in Les Mis.
She knows Les Mis, man. Just telling you, Scotty, she knows Les Mis. You give her too much power. I'm telling you, you gotta be careful. I know you're training her. Give her too much power. She'll become drunk with it and crazy. No,
Les Mis is just my favorite musical.
Okay, so as for my Jacques said my mind is blonde. Blonde? I'm so dumb.
Mine.
Yes, my mind is blown. And Jeremiah here. What's up, Jeremiah? Says now Vision is starting to see this world is not real, but he could break out on the next episode. Do you think WandaVision could bleed in the new Doctor Strange movie? We talked about that. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, everybody's going to be in on this, and that's going to happen for sure. Yeah, so look for that to happen. Now, as far as my review of the episode, this was my favorite episode. Which it's crazy because I've loved every episode.
You didn't know how to feel about the first one when you rewatched it. You liked it better, and when Isaac gave you the tids and bits,
let's be honest. Let's be honest. We had 5 minutes left to go in the first one, and all of a sudden our stream got a copyright strike, or not even a copyright strike. It got a community guideline strike. Shut
your brain down, and you didn't care or pay.
Yeah, so I mean, when something like that happens to something that I oversee and I'm passionate about, and it's like everything that we do here. Yeah, it kind of takes me out of being able to enjoy.
But we did go back and watch it. Isaac said the tids and bits, like, this is what's going on. You're like, yeah. And then we loved it ever since. My home screen, my lock screen is actually WandaVision.
Yeah. So I've enjoyed it because I've enjoyed all the sitcom stuff, the black and white stuff, now the color
it's taken us back to our childhoods.
Absolutely.
And even if we weren't around for the 50s, 60s, and 70s, we watched all those reruns.
Our parents.
Well, a little bit of it, but you were only little.
Yeah, but hey, I remember watching Three's Company and all.
I remember watching Bewitched. I remember watching all that stuff, but mine was more of the reruns.
Yeah. But so I really love this episode though because stuff really started to kick into gear. We started to see more, got some answers on some things of like what people know, what they don't know. Vision started to kind of wake up to what was going on, and that moment when he's just like, look, like, and they both kind of raise up against each other, and he's like, look, you're not telling me something.
I don't even know what's outside of Westview. I don't know my life before it.
Yep, I don't know what's outside of here. I don't even remember my life, and she's like, I was waiting for it because she's like, well, you're my husband and you're their dad. Isn't that enough? I was waiting for, no, it's not enough, because he's like, I don't remember what came before that.
Because Isaac said when he died that with the stone coming out of his head, that's essentially like he's gone. It's taken away all of his memories. So what he has now is what they want him to know, whether it be Wanda or Mephisto or both.
Yeah. So
and especially when she looked and saw him with the stone gone, that shows proof. Like we saw that when she was just like, whoa, but now that we find out in this episode, his body was taken apart and she took it and then went in here. So, now that makes sense too.
So
this necrotic vision.
This episode just kicked on a lot. It had the uncomfortableness of Agnes's character, pulling out of character and acting strange. The thing with the dog and
why did the kids? Passing. How come well, never mind.
Okay, so
how did the kids know that mom could bring them back and Vision doesn't?
So for my my thing about this, I love this. I thought it was great. It's made me look forward to each new episode, and now, man, I'm just waiting now to see who could this cameo be now. Like what could it be? But I thought it was exciting to see what's his name back as Quicksilver. Because I love that Quicksilver, and to see him actually there with Wanda, with Vision,
that Quicksilver and that Wanda are
exactly
best of both worlds.
Exactly. So where's that going to go? I'm looking forward to it. So I got to give this a 9 out of 10. I'm with you. I can't give it a 10 just quite yet. I don't think it was perfect, I can't really think of anything like. You're sniffing the mic there, buddy. Oh, you licking the mic? You're not supposed to put the mic in your mouth. Sound guys don't like that.
He's like, yeah, but when you sing, you always tell him to eat the mic.
Yeah, you're not supposed to eat the mic. Okay. Tail's just going. You're on camera, buddy. You're on camera. Oh, I love. Okay. I love you too, buddy. I love you.
And she's jelly.
Yep. So I gave it. I give it a 9 out of 10 because I can't really think of anything I didn't like about it. But well, you know what? Maybe there was a couple of things, and it's typical Marvel thing. There was a couple of jokes. What are you looking at me for, buddy? What are we doing? Really? My dog, ladies and gentlemen.
Apparently, the dog's doing ASMR because she's over here biting on the hook.
That's Wookie giving everybody kisses out there.
Aw, doggy smooching.
Oh, you giving everybody kisses? Yes.
Here, sit down.
Yes, you're giving everybody kisses, huh, buddy? So I gotta say that probably if there's anything, is there was a couple of mistimed jokes for me from unfortunately what's her name, who we like, from Two Broke Girls. Kat Denning. Just, I get it. It's her character, but it's like they're trying to figure out really serious stuff. It's the one problem that I have with Marvel is they're trying to figure out something super serious that's life and death, and you got always somebody in the corner. It's not just
super serious. All I can think of is Sirius Black in a Superman suit.
Wow, that'd be an interesting show.
It is a picture.
But do you know what I'm saying? It's like you always have in a Marvel movie them trying to figure out something very, very serious that's life and death, and somebody's off in the corner always, not just Kat Denning's character, but somebody always is off in a corner somewhere, like going, "Oh yeah, well, I'll buy that for $1." You know what I mean? Like it's always like something little, and then they all just kind of look and go, "Oh yeah," but this is serious, right? Like. You know, like Ultron's going to take over the world. Oh, yeah, but I got a quick joke. Oh, okay. Oh, that's funny. But back to this. What? Sure, buddy.
It's good hand, apparently.
That's good hand. So that's one drop for me. That, like, when you get the silly jokes just kind of at you. Yeah. Yeah. What you thinking? You see the camera? See the camera? So there it is. Oh, you want love. Okay. Okay, so jealous dogs. Okay. Well, dude, you're sitting right in front of me.
And you got a wet bone right on my booty.
Okay. So that's probably the only drawback for me. Is just the joke. So, but it didn't ruin the episode for me. It's one of those things that kind of just like, it's almost like you kind of roll your eyes and go, yeah, okay, you know, I'll get through it, and they'll figure out the life and death thing. You know, you got thousands of people being held, you know, in the city and stuff, and we're out here making, you know, silly jokes. So that's what I give it. I give it a 9 out of 10. You give it what?
9 out of 10. Isaac give it 8 out of 10.
So we got 8, 9, 8. So for a collective 8.5, which I think is kind of low. But Isaac, you know, brought down the average, I guess. But what did you guys think? Everybody loved the kisses. Kisses. Oh, it's been too darn long. I missed the lounge. Thank you, John. Barcelona liked it. Cylon says hilarious. Says that was straight adorable. He is. He looks like
where he's sitting. It looks like he's about to do his own rap video.
It looks like he's part of a podcast. You're just like, hi.
He's the OG.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Wookie. I'm here to talk to you about the Millennium Falcon and all kinds of other really cool things. We're going to talk Star Wars tonight while I get my chest rubbed by Mommy. I had some peanut butter earlier. Don't get any ideas. That wasn't a double entendre. I just had some peanut butter. I like to eat some peanut butter every once in a while. I get it as a treat. And
my sister down there, who sometimes I wrestle with, and don't judge me, but I've been known to hump her every occasion.
Grab her rump.
She's pretty cool, but she's Harley Quinn for sure. Hope everybody's enjoying the broadcast tonight. I'll give you my score here for Wandavision.
Sounds
I
like
give
you're
it
like a pilot.
I give it 2 dog bones up. Yeah. And thanks for being here at the Poindexter Lounge. I'm getting a little tired and might turn in a little early. If Mommy keeps rubbing me like this, I might just fall asleep on air. So thanks, guys, for being here. Let's see. Jack says, I want your dog. Says your dog wants to talk to us. He just did. So Wookiee just being Wookiee. I love it. Dogs are fun in chaos. They really are. Yeah, I have not read High Republic yet, so I really don't know. I can't come from a place of knowing about that yet because I have not read it myself. I'm sorry. I need to.
She's doing doggy ASMR.
Can't even see her. She's just off camera. Enosh has good hands. LOL. Dog must like hand. I think the Vision starts to rebel. There'll be less sitcom jokes. Probably. I think that's a good. It's a good point. Anchorman has been around for a while. Says, "Nah, that dog likes feet." Mm-hmm.
They're covered by slippers because it's freezing here.
Lewis gives it a 9.5 out of 10. This is puppy. I think 8 out of 10 is a good place to put this episode, says Darth Tasty. Thank you, Layla. We love him. Harley's pretty cute too, but she's not coming on screen for some reason. Yeah. Steven Topper comes in. What's up, Steven? Says, I give this live stream a 10 out of 10. Cute dog. Thank you so much, Steven. Thank you. That's what we strive for, is that 10 out of 10 for sure. Silence says, I'm dead. This killed me.
Maybe that needs to be another thing that you guys do at night.
Aaron said, I'm laughing so hard at this.
Wookiee.
Yes, I just need to grab Wookiee and just put him in front of a green screen, put some headphones on him, because he might actually stay there. Says, I give it 8 Nicotina's moms out of 10.
Burn.
Oh, man. I love puppies. And kitties, too. All right. Well, a lot of people do. All right. The dog is definitely a 10 out of 10. You're a 10 out of 10, Wook.
You hear that, Wookiee?
You're 10 out of 10, buddy.
They like you.
They like you a lot. You come say goodbye to everybody. You going to come say goodnight? Come say goodnight to everybody. Come on.
Come on.
Come on up here. Okay. You can come too, Harley.
Come on.
Come on. Okay. Then we're all in here now.
I gotta eat the earlobes.
Attack. Oh, kisses everywhere.
Oh.
Huh? No, get mommy too?
Nope.
I love them. These are our doggies. Whoa.
Sonic bark in the ear hole.
Okay, and they're gone. Thank you for being part of. Oh, jeez.
Thank God you can't see what's off.
Wookiee.
It's like a foot away from her humping her.
Jeez.
He's air humping.
What in the world, dude?
You're my sister.
I lost control. All right.
On that note,
thank you for joining us tonight. You are definitely our nerd family, and we appreciate you guys so much. And we appreciate you guys coming over and watching the show with us for sure. All right.
That's all you hear. Are you gonna show them?
Yeah, I'm gonna show them.
Because they're not humping. Hey, let me bite your butt. Hey, there's a back leg here. Ooh, a butthole.
Now they're wrestling.
He's trying to tongue punch the fart box.
Tiffany.
What?
He's going. That was a low blow there, Tiff. Oh, it was a headbutt.
I'm gonna try and do an RKO out of nowhere.
Well, it could be an RKO out of nowhere. Oh, it's a kick to the face. Oh, she's got him turned over. Is she gonna pin him?
Yeah, we're good. I'll bite your ears.
Jack is Team Wookie.
She's like, I win. I got the couch. Team Wookie. Nope. Now he's stealing her toy. Doesn't last
Get
long,
her,
Scotty.
Get her, Wook. Get her. Get her.
You'll be saying not.
Yeah. Okay. Oh.
Hey, put it in your mouth. Help your face. He's looking at her like, would you just come here and let me hump you? Fine. I'll hump your face. Come on, ride that train. And ride it. Okay, we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Whoops. There you go. Well, thanks for
That's
being
the
here
late
tonight.
night show. That's the after 10 show.
Not the streams at C17.
Oh, well. Okay. Okay, my composure. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Don't forget to come back next week for another WandaVision.
Not like the dogs are.
Yeah, not with us. All right, guys. You guys are all awesome. We'll see you next time. Stay nerdy. Bye-bye.
It wasn't Joe Dirt. It's Schitt's Creek. Just saying. I like it.
We'll see you.